He back. It's wartime. Pain on my face, it's time to gear up. I hear they talking fly about my king, it's time to live up. They done woke up a lion, ain't no stopping when I'm stepping. It's too late now, it's rapping in my jeans, no need for guessing. You flexing, while we repping that Elohim to the fullest. Loaded clip, man, we shoot from the hip, I dare you to pull it. These bullets is encrypted with scripture, call it the truth. That'll kill a lie in a second, but it's meant to say to you. You see the murder they committing in the booth. These musical crime lords with no verifiable proof, they sterilizing the youth. You throw your life away, give all of your time away if they verify you with blue checks.
Welcome to another episode of Men Can We Talk. I am your host, Anthony Ray.
I'm your host, Azriel Maccabee.
And this is episode 11 of Men Can We Talk. Listen, today, man, we gonna get it in. Because we have been out of action for a good 2 months, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a good 2 months, man. It's been a lot going on, but nevertheless, we back and we ready. But before then, we need y'all to continue to support the podcast. And the major way to support the podcast is going to subscribe on YouTube. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, that's where it's posted at. So if you want to support, or if you already support, continue doing what you do, or go and do that, because we need that, man. You know, that's all we ask from y'all, man. And we just we're gonna continue to keep it popping, man. Keep these conversations going, and we're gonna continue to do that. That's what we doing. But man, it's been a lot, bro. It's been a lot that went on in the last 2 months.
Facts.
So today, we just gonna get into it, man. We got a lot of stuff that we could, man. There's all type of areas that we can go fire off on.
Facts.
So, man, what we starting with today, man?
First, this one a little special one for me. I got my main man right here.
Okay.
Little bro is in the building. It's been a long time coming. Introduce yourself to the people, young king.
What's up, man? My name Dale.
Yeah. AKA Black Sam.
Black Sam.
Yeah.
People call me Black Sam.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Okay. So we got the blackest one in the building. Okay.
Indeed. So I just wanted to bring him on and get his perspective on a few things. You know, he's been missing in action for a little while. Time to bring him to the light.
Yay.
Indeed. So
man,
let's go to the hot topic.
Hot topic, baby. Hot topic.
Let's go to your main man, Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
Him and his anti-Semitic post, as they claim it to be. He's promoting hate speech from a hate speech, anti-Semitic field movie, as they say. So, for y'all, the whole world should know by now. But y'all don't know. Kyrie, a little over a month ago, tweeted a post about a documentary called Hebrews to Negroes. Hold on. Kyrie posted a tweet about a movie or a documentary called Hebrews to Negroes. It is produced and written and directed by a guy named Ron Dalton, who identifies as myself, a Hebrew Israelite. And so the movie is making splashes because they feel that it is filled with anti-Semitic work, because it's the claim that because YouTube be true, the untouchables are not who they say they are. The untouchables being the Japhetic Ashkenazing Jewish people. But this book, this movie is extraordinary work. And if you believe by any means that Kyrie was being anti-Semitic, I need you to go look at this book, go watch the movie. There's a few other documentaries out there. And listen to the facts that are written. Most of the sources used are Jewish sources. It's not even, I can see if like, if the work was done by us, you know, like the sources he used were people who are not of their faith or of their community, but it's people of their community, of their faith, that's giving these same sources. And they're deeming Kyrie this demon, this devil, this hatred person that he didn't even do nothing wrong. Like, he didn't create the movie. He didn't create the book. He didn't even say nothing.
He ain't even say anything, honestly.
He didn't even say nothing.
He gave no commentary on it.
He just tweeted on it, and that was it. And so, I just want to know, like, how do we deal with unfact-checked hate? Because that's what it is. It's unfact-checked hate. It's like, it's, if Dale said, hey, you know tomatoes on the inside are orange or purple. And I said, oh, all right. So I go tell you tomatoes on the inside are orange and purple. I never look. You never look. You go tell somebody. They never look. Then years down the road, somebody decided to cut open a tomato, and the tomato red on the inside. Well, you've been telling me all these years it's red. How can, if we don't check the facts, how can we spread information?
I mean, like I said, I never saw bro say anything about the topic, honestly. He never came out his mouth. I mean, they did ask him about the whole thing when he, they asked him about it when he had the press conference. And he basically was just like, hey, listen, I stand by what I did or whatever, and that was it. But he never went into, you know, this is fact. He never gave any commentary on the actual, you know, I do believe that we are the Hebrew. He ain't say any of that. He just said, I posted the link. I stand by what I did. You know, it's freedom of speech, whatever. So, I mean, as far as people not fact checking, I honestly think they opened up the can of worms.
They did.
Because they could have just let that thing go. Man, nobody really wouldn't. I mean, people would have paid attention, but it wouldn't have got like this.
So facts. But prior to the Kyrie Irving situation, the book was doing minimal sales. Minimal. A week into the Kyrie situation, now it's on Amazon's top seller.
No, they had to see what was the hoopla about. They had to see what's all the you know, what everything all the fuss about. So this is so Kyrie need to be getting a check. That's what he need to be going on, dude. Ronald Dalton.
Yeah.
He need to be cashing out because Kyrie just put him on.
And he literally did. He went from really selling minimal sales to in the millions. Now look, I'm gonna give you another thing, right? This is one thing that is known to Amazon and bookstores, period. When there's some great information in it, that book goes from really, really low to really, really high. So that book at first was only like $19.99. Now the book $50. Dang. Now look, I'm gonna show you to show fact.
That's called supply and demand.
Yeah. We was watching a documentary, and one of the sources, the book was it was I forgot the name of the book, but the book on Amazon, $9,500.
9,000.
Listen, man, because of what it say in that book, I'm finna see if there you go. The Lost Tribes of Myth are suggestions towards rewriting Hebrew history. What the price on that say?
$9,500.
That's a little whip right there.
Dang.
So what made me look this book up, I was watching a documentary and it was citing sources from when the Pope, that was written in this book, how the Pope was going at early day believers, because it wasn't Christians, trying to convert them to Christianity, making them stop using the laws of Moses, and they couldn't keep the Sabbath day. Man, this was from the Pope now. He was straight outlawing it, murdering people. Like, it was punishable by death if you were doing some of these things. And it was out of that book. So I went to look the book up. Like, man, I want to get this book so I can read the whole thing. And lo and behold, they don't want you to have that. Who's gonna pay $10,000 for a book? That's what you paying, $10,000. No,
dang.
So,
man, how do you feel about? I just want to go here with it. How do you feel about these niggas like Shaq, Charles Barkley? Man, listen. When I tell you, it disgusts me, bruh. You know, with the way that these guys, I be wanting to be able to ask them, have you even taken a look at the information? Have you watched the movie? Have you read the book? Have you seen anything? Like, what have you done other than come on TNT or ESPN or whatever it is, network you're on?
Shaq Uncle Tom.
Listen.
No, Shaq, he the worst kind, man.
I'm finna tell you the real deal. It's not the Uncle Toms. They God is money. They not gonna give up that check. Look, Charles Barkley did a Sports Illustrated post cover. I think it's 93 or 94, where he in chains like a slave. Got on slave clothes
today.
You know how they feel about us. You know the shut up and play basketball. You know what I'm saying? But you speak against Kyrie when he didn't even do nothing wrong. Like, he didn't even. I could see if Kyrie came out and said, "Look, man, if he did the Kanye,
yeah,
like he ain't do that. He just straight up just posted a screenshot of a movie.
Yeah. Now those two are different. They are different because Kanye went in.
Yeah, Kanye let all the
Kanye he went in,
and that's a different kind of a level of first of all, that's a different level of boldness. You know, because Kyrie is being bold by, you know, showing where his thought process is, where his mind is at. But Kanye just, I don't care. I'ma do me. Ain't nothing you can do to stop me from being me.
That's what giving a nigga from the hood $10 billion to do.
Yeah.
They went through some changes in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood, it'll mess you up mentally if you ain't prepared for it.
Facts.
You got that. I feel like they need to go through some type of therapy or some type of training wheels.
They got PTSD.
They got PTSD. For real. They go through some.
Yeah, because Kanye, like, you know,
they all be knowing that secret society stuff for real, man.
I feel like with what these guys, I mean, Kanye on a whole other level. Kyrie just, That's a whole Kyrie. What Kyrie got going on? That's
you see what Farrakhan was saying?
Nah.
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying. Kyrie's he in search of himself. He's just trying to find the truth. He's just a young man that's just in search of some light. And all he did just saw something that piqued his interest, and he just like, hey, this
I'm gonna share that.
And share, just
that's
like everybody else do. Share, click share. That's all he did. He just shared it, and that's it. None more, none less. But the higher ups don't want you to expose no secrets. So once you get to exposing them secrets, then
that's what Kanye did.
Then that's when they nailing you to the cross and flipping the script and making you look like you the bad man. But really, they just don't want you to open up that can of worms, because now when people get to find out the truth, then it's damn near start a revolution. You know what I'm saying?
Cause see, I was a little disappointed with Drink Champs. Cause when I saw the interview, when I first saw it, I was at work and I'm like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm gonna have to watch this when I get home. I text my wife, I say, man, boy, when I get home,
we was in Orlando. I took Heaven for a little birthday get together in Orlando.
Yeah.
And I was at the little Andretti place, sitting in the eatery watching it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, Kanye gonna kill Kanye.
I listened to that first hour. I'm like, let me go to sleep. I'm gonna finish the rest tomorrow. Cause boy, I can't miss any of it. Like I need the whole 3 hours. And everything he's saying in there, I'm like, oh, he going off. Yeah. He calling names. You know, he ain't holding back on these folks. And I feel like with the Kanye situation, you know, I had some people confront me on Facebook because I was like, I don't blame Kanye. You know, like, I stand behind him, and people like, you have a podcast that's about black men, and you standing up for Kanye, that just doesn't make any sense to me, and all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, how? This one woman told me that me standing beside Kanye almost discredits anything that I've done. I don't want to misquote her or anything, but in so many ways, it's like, oh, you discredit all the work that you do for black men if you stand behind somebody like Kanye. And I'm like, how, bro? You done lost me. I'm totally lost. And I ain't want to keep going. You know, we went back and forth for a quick second, but I'm like, man, at the end of the day, you don't even know me like that. Honestly, like you know me through Facebook. And if you really knew me, you would know I've been on stuff like this.
Facts.
Like way before the interview, way before this year, last year, I've been on stuff like this. Like I always felt like, you know, the higher up, they liars. They don't care nothing about us. She went to talking about some political figures. Man, I don't believe in not one political person, period. I hate politics. I hate them folks. I just don't, I don't like the stuff they stand for. I don't believe them. I believe they all puppets. You know, president, or she went to talk, throwing some names. I'm like, I don't care about none of them folks. Obama. I don't care nothing about no Biden. I don't care nothing about a Kamala Harris. I believe all them folks straight up puppets.
Facts.
I believe that all them folks liars.
Facts.
They don't care nothing about us. They not gonna help us. They don't care to help us. You know, even people right here in Alachua County. You know, I ain't gonna call out a name. Well, I will call, what's his name? Perry. Whatever his name is. Rick, I don't think it's Rick Perry. Probably is Rick Perry, whichever one who was running for Senate, whatever he was running for. And this is what really turned me off. I mean, I was off of it before it anyways.
Man, don't get me in trouble, man.
But I'm just gonna be honest, bro. And this is just me right here. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm speaking for me on this, y'all. I'm gonna give a disclaimer. This for me. This how I feel. Now I saw the man come to an event we was doing some years ago for our church. We was painting a house in the community. Bro, the man show up to the event.
Took some pictures.
Took a few pictures. Held up a painting brush on the house. They took the picture. talked with a few folks, got up out of there.
Watch out, man.
The next week, that man in the newspaper, like he painting the house. I'm like, bro, you ain't paint the house. We was out there sweating, bro. And you come get the credit? Man, when I tell you that, it pissed me off, bro, because I'm like, damn, bro, it's like that. Like, you gonna come take the picture and it look good on you. But it's like, you wasn't out there sweating with us, bro.
Right.
You know, you came out there looking good. And you got a good name off of us, bro. And, you know, and I felt some type of way about it, you know, and I kind of, you know, told him Pastor how I felt. And he was like, it's all good. You know, they do stuff like that. And I'm like, but I just feel like they shouldn't do that on us, bro.
Right.
Because, like, I feel some type of way because I'm out here sweating, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we really out here doing this work and we doing this stuff from the goodness of our heart. We ain't get paid or nothing for that.
Ain't no agenda behind it.
Man. And after that, I mean, before that, I already felt like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw that and I'm like, dang, bro, these folks really do that?
So listen, that's a good. Let's switch lanes.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, that's just how it is.
Let's switch lanes on politics, right? Is it a way? Do you think that a person that is truly for us could ever get into politics?
Hell no.
No. I don't think that. Honestly. I don't believe it.
Why not?
Because you got to play the game. Politics is a game.
But it's too much. It's like a conglomerate at the top. You know, it's a whole. They got a whole table, a whole office, a whole building. You know, where they discuss who gonna be in what position, what role they need to play, who gonna be the villain, who gonna be the good guy, what subjects are they gonna attack? Like he said, it's all puppet master stuff, you know.
All right. So, for the uplifting of our people, what do we do?
You gotta be proactive and come together one by one with your closest ones, and everybody grab somebody next to them, and you build from in out.
All right. So look, yesterday we had a discussion, right? And the discussion was, you know, I got grown kids, so the idea was thrown out of us all moving back under one roof to pool our money in and get everybody out of debt.
Hold up.
I speak to my two oldest about it, and boy, they like, no. But the reason why they was like, no, is what hurt me. Like, it's what threw me. Is because they feel like it's a regression. This is what we all get caught up in. How we all get caught up in being slaves to the money. We get into the routine, the rat race, going to work every day. Even if you grinding and you in entrepreneur status, you still, to keep your lifestyle, you got to work a certain way, right? So I'm trying to tell them, or me and my wife trying to tell them, listen, it ain't about the lifestyle that the world has perceived to you, because that what they're giving you is to keep you snared in them. How do you, the true freedom is freedom from the system. That's true freedom. Where I don't depend on the system for nothing. But the only way to do that is to get out of the system. And he made a point of each person grab somebody. But when you do it, what is the mindset? It's the mindset of doing this and being rich. Because if you think you're gonna be rich, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, we can't look at it being rich.
Or is it doing it to be self-sufficient? Self-sufficient is, we don't need nothing for nobody. People look at, I'm gonna tell you, one of the greatest groups that people look at with an ugly face. But if it go down, they gonna be the safest people and they gonna survive whatever happens.
Who, the Klan?
Nope.
Amish people.
Yeah, because they know how to take care of themselves from the naturals of the natural. I respect them. That's how I want to live.
Like that?
Yeah, but like, see, it's just like, I just want to cop a bunch of acres and just build my own community. I don't even want to deal with all that extra stuff. That's the goal for me, just to cop acre on top of acre and connect it.
How you gonna do it?
Cop it.
How you gonna cop it? That's the workout. That's the process.
Yeah.
So that's what you got.
Yeah, I gotta do my research, but first I gotta get my cheese up.
Yeah.
That's first, so I'm gonna get to that, but it's in the blueprint. But right now I'm just grinding.
And see, I think people, like you say, people look down on that. You know, they'll look down on communities like that. And they quick to call it a cult and all that. And some of that stuff do be like that.
Some
do be like that, you know.
Indeed.
But it doesn't have to be like that. But I just think that's really, I mean, if you look at Israel, bro, Israel always was together. Israel always traveled together. You know, if they pitched tents together. You know, that's where, and I don't think they were ever rich, but I do believe they had the abilities to be self-sufficient. At times they were. You know, when they were in the wilderness, when they came out of Egypt, they were self-sufficient people. And he said, I'm going to give you your daily bread. Now, they ain't have the whole big, huge supply of things, but he said, I'm going to give you what you need for that day. And that's, I think, the hard thing for us is to just live by the day. Because when you live by the day, there's no security for tomorrow. And I think that's what we're afraid of at times. I know I am. You know, at times you think like, dang, okay, yeah, we ate for today, but like, what about next week? But that's where it comes in. Don't worry about tomorrow. Worry about today. Tomorrow got its own troubles.
Yeah, because tomorrow ain't promised.
It ain't promised. So
may not even wake up tomorrow.
We might not wake up tomorrow, but so I don't think it's a wrong thing to look toward the future. But I think at times we look toward the future too much and we put too much stock in the future. And that's where we can't live that type of lifestyle because it doesn't, like, you just don't know, you know? So if when you build that, like what you saying, you know, you build this community where y'all are self-sufficient. It's like you literally have to depend on those around you. And y'all have to be able to work together for what needs to be done today. You know, and every day you're building on the future. You still worry about the future because it's like, okay, if we plant these seeds, we're looking at the future. We're looking at what could possibly come in. But it's like, it's a different thing when you rich and you got money. It's like, shoot, boy, I done already paid things up for next year or for 5 years down the road. I already paid for my kids' college and all this stuff. We looking at that type of stuff for future, and that gives us security. But I started looking at, like, I was telling my wife a couple weeks ago, I'm like, at times I think for me, my biggest fear, like when I think about death, and I'm like, man, shoot. But the first thing I think about at times is, dang, bro, what my son gonna do without me? What my daughter's gonna do without me? What my wife gonna do without me? Like, how they gonna live and all this. And I started thinking about my life insurance policy. I got it through the job, but I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to stay at Walmart for the rest of my life. I'm tired of that warehouse right now. So I'm like, if anything was to ever happen, then I lose that policy. Then what happens? So I was like, man, I might need to get me a independent one, and I think that'll help me with the thought of what'll happen. Because if I set that in motion, knowing that, like, say for instance, get $1 million one on myself or whatever, something happened to me, I know my wife gonna at least be able to take care of the kids, be able to take care of the house or whatever. Yeah. So it's like stuff like that. When we thinking about the future, it's like, I believe those are the types of things that we think about. But when you live in just the day by day, you know, the simple life, it ain't about all of that. You know, so yeah, that's a hard one, bro. It's a hard one to I mean, if you self-sufficient, whew, some things, boy, I don't think we depend on. We don't necessarily have to depend on the system, but there is a use for the system, I think. For certain things.
I think that the system is, we use it to gain a way out.
Mm-hmm.
You play the game till you beat the game.
That's all it is.
But you don't go back to beat it again. The whole point is getting out. You know, like where I'm from, that's what, when dudes start hustling, that'd be the major thing. To hustle, get out the hood, and stop.
But it don't never happen.
No, because it's an addiction. You can't get rid of that. Man, listen, when you see a nigga, I know a dude, right? When I was little, easily, every day, you could walk up on him, and he got 40, 50 bands on him in pocket. Like, 20s in his pocket, 1s and 5s in his pocket, 50s in this side, 100s in this side. Like, every day, at any given moment, you can walk up on him like that. How you gonna stop living like that? And right now, he did time, came back home, and right back at it. Right now. I call him right now. What you want, man? What you doing? On the road. On the road. When we stopping, dog. So, it's sticking to the script.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to stick to the script. Especially when you ain't never had nothing, you get something.
Mm.
It's hard. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? So when you get a little piece of something, that's why, like, my little humble, I love my little humble dog. I'm for real, man. I love it. I do, boy, because I done seen a little piece and dibble and dabble here, dibble and dabble there. But when you get something, like 2016, first time I took my whole family on a cruise, right? And I think I told you the story, but we went snorkeling. So it's me, my wife, and my 3 kids, and we on this big old, like, little mini yacht to take us out to go snorkeling. And I cried. I did. Because I'm on that water, dog, and I'm just looking, and all I could think about was Gray and Mac. Like, nigga, I am from Gray and Mac. I ain't supposed to be in nobody ocean. Like, that wasn't the life that was meant for us. And it wasn't, I ain't gonna say it wasn't meant for us, but that wasn't a future you could see. Like, even in my dreams of playing football and stuff, you know, you can see certain things, but until you touch and it really manifests, man, it's a real or surreal feeling, man. And when you come from that and you touch, like, you know, like he was just saying, like, when you touch somebody, boy, it's hard to be like, well, you want me to do what? Stop. But it's not about just stopping. It's making it work for you after that. Like, when you get your money, you making money right. That's the whole plan. Every old OG I know, that was the plan. Hustle, get your money right, get into something legal, make your money work.
Do you know anyone like that right now?
Yep. Indeed I do. Indeed I do. Indeed. Listen, I know niggas y'all see on TV just doing it.
Yeah.
The real talk.
Yeah.
I know niggas you see on TV right now. I ain't speak no names, but it's niggas you watching on TV right now that's doing it. And this is facts.
Straight up. Yeah.
So.
Nah, I think about that. Yeah. A lot of them.
So like, I just think our mindset got to be right, man. That's the biggest thing. Like what KRS talking about, being able to truly manifest and give those affirmations to yourself all the time, man. Your spirit, your ruach, got to be able to grow. That's the real growth. You know, me and my wife was talking the other day, and I was explaining to her, like, I know the Most High made me this size and this stature and the mind, the warrior mindset that I have for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But she said something that was like real. She was like, you got to get your ruach to match your flesh.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because like, and when I thought about that, boy, that's a different being, man. That's superhero status. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe. I believe, man, when I get to the pinnacle of where I'm supposed to be in my spirit, in my mind, yeah, boy, I'm a superhero.
Mm.
I'll count on that, boy. I might see me levitate across here. Hit Superman on y'all.
Yeah. Man, I want to take it to y'all crib real quick, man.
Uh-oh.
So I was looking at something this morning. I seen that BMF is coming back. Season 2, January.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was watching the trailer, and so one person commented on the post, and they were like, why is it that we always portray our black men this way? Everything we see on TV is portrayed. You know, when I was watching the trailer, you know, I'm excited. I'm like, oh shoot, what are they finna come back? And then when that person said what they said, they like, you know, why is everything on TV, Power, Snowfall, you know, everything we look at is this same portrayal of black men being hustlers, gangsters, you know, just being in the streets. Just, it's always violence and guns and just always the same thing. And I'm like, dang, that's real now. I mean, one guy came back, he was like, I mean, this ain't really a narrative though. It's a story about a person's real life. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's just a story being told of a real person's, a real person.
Actually got the real documentary on Stars too.
And he brought the documentary up, and he was like, you know, so I wouldn't say that they're pushing a narrative, they're just telling a man's story. I was like, I do see that too. That makes sense.
But that be the narrative all the time.
What about the Jeffrey Dahmer bullshit?
And we ain't touch on that.
But
real talk.
So listen. We know what they gonna push for themselves, and we know how they gonna overlook it. Mm. But when do we hold accountability for ourselves? Mm. I feel where that sister coming from. Me growing up around that, being around people that heavy in it, you know, I benefit from it. But as I got older and I was able to talk to them in a different light, I start asking myself, where does the change come from? Because like for me, I ain't see no different. You know what I'm saying? Like these is the people I looked up to. The only difference I had was two people in men. Was my granddad and Coca. Mm-hmm. They showed, those two men showed me different from the streets. Mind you, my granddad even hustled. So he done something different though. You know, my granddaddy ain't have an education. He stopped school at 8th grade. He learned how to pipe weld, and that was what he was his whole life, a pipe welder. Mm-hmm. He helped build the palace, you know, So we lived a normal life with them. Mm-hmm. Now with my mom, that was different, but with my grandparents, it's two different stories. You know what I'm saying? So my cousins though, knee deep. Yeah. You feel me? So I've been on trips and re-ups and all that. You feel me? So
yeah.
And you see the money. You see, like, you can jump in a 500 SL coupe without blinking, that's a different kind of life. Mm. And you 16, 15, me and my little cousin, that's all we used to do. ASAP. Every little trip, we try to jump in that car. Mm. But you look at these people, and at that time, it's like, yeah, these my folks. And I'm gonna show you, right? So, my cousin, my older cousin, he did his thing, right? So I look at him like that, and I got a certain admiration for him about it, right? Mm-hmm. But then I got my little brother. He jumped off the porch. I don't have that same admiration. And the reason I don't have that same admiration, because it's like, you ain't got to do that. Mm-hmm. So, it's always been a tear for me. You know, I had somebody ask me that one time, like, why do you get on your brother, but don't get on him? And I'm like, because he got into it as a need. Mm. He got into it because he wanted to. And tell me if I'm wrong.
It wasn't a want for me. It just was I probably have to say camaraderie. For real, just hanging with the guys and just going with the flow. I'm a leader, but you kick it. Yeah. And then, kicking it turned into this, and then turned into that, and turned into that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You feel me? So,
and
that's real, no?
That's real. And
I get camaraderie from sports.
Mm-hmm.
So my sports family, my street family, I had the same love. Mm-hmm. And I'm playing both sides. It's just one side a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
But see, I always look at it like this, right? You can have both sides, but somebody got to be able to say, we got to move. If we gonna do this only for a moment, and we got to move a different way. Because I got a whole side of people that at one time, that's the camaraderie, like you say, that's what we was into, and this is what we doing. But somebody was like, all right, B, we gotta rotate. We gotta pivot. Because if we don't pivot, it's death behind the corner, B. It's around the corner for us. And somebody gotta be smart enough to say no, and press pause, and press, don't go that way. And
at times it be, I know for me, I was never like that. Mm-hmm. But like why I say I feel what bro saying was, bro, I did so many things that I never saw myself doing. Mm-hmm. Never a person like that. Mm-hmm. Until I started hanging out with certain people, and I'm like, it became a thrill, because it's like, this my dog. Yeah. These my homeboys. Yeah. They do certain things, and I ain't necessarily into it until one day I went, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
but y'all boys really tripping. But it was a thrill, and I'm like, well, shoot, when y'all boys going again? When we, what we doing? And it became, man, shoot, if this time I hang out with my homeboys, this time I hang out, and it just became a way of life. And I had never been into nothing. I'm like, man, this ain't, bro.
You green.
I'm green, bro. Listen, I ain't even on that, bro. But I got into it, and I was like, shoot, if I'ma do it, we gonna do it. Right. You know, we gonna be all in. Mm-hmm. And after a couple years, it took. My boy did call me. I had a friend call me and was like, I'm hearing certain things, and I hope it ain't true. Come on, bro, like this ain't you. And I'm like, you know, I lie, like, nah, you right, no, I ain't on that. You know, boom, boom. So once that person called me and he confronts me about certain things, I'm like, dang, I might be tripping. And then, you know, even my wife asking me certain questions like, why you do this? And I'm like, I ain't never have an answer. I'm like, I don't know. I just do it. And she like, that don't make sense, bro. You just doing stuff just to be doing it? And I'm like, I guess. And so, you know, but it took for my wife to question me, my dog questioned me, and then, you know, I started questioning myself. Go back to that voice. I remember times, man, I'm in the whip, dolo. Mm-hmm. Taking one to the head.
Right.
And I remember them conversations within myself. I ain't got nobody. I ain't talking to nobody. I ain't opening my mouth. But I'm in here. I'm having whole conversations with myself. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, this ain't you, man. You tripping.
Listen, I figured when I was about 13, we moved on Alcoy. You remember that there? Mm-hmm. And we moved on Alcoy. Alcoy was a different situation for us, dog. It was not the most pleasant of home situations you would think. So my 9th grade year, dog, I got introduced to smoking blacks. No, I'm not
wood tips.
Wood tips. I'm not a smoker at all. Be like, I don't do too much nothing, let alone smoke. Yeah. And every morning, dog, I was firing up a black walking to school. And one day I was walking, and just like I had that conversation, like, nigga, what is you doing? Like, this is not, like, I couldn't even stand smoke, and I was trying to be something.
Yeah.
That I wasn't. Be like, that ain't you, man. And after that, man, I started looking at my surroundings a lot different. People I was hanging around with, people in my household. I just started looking at everything completely different. And I was just like, that's when I told my mama, like, man, I want to go stay on Gray. She like, what? I said, I want to go to my grandparents' house, but I don't want to be here. Ain't no way. That's how I felt, like, ain't no way. But
now, could it be because a lot of us lived this stuff, a lot of us saw it growing up, know other people, they know making certain types of films they gotta know it's gonna grab our attention.
Yeah,
and is we gonna be able to feel it. And I do watch a lot of that stuff like that because I can relate in one way or another to the films.
Right.
I do also wish that there were more films or series about a better variety of black men, more different stories. And I think that's why even like when it comes to media, of course, you know, when it comes to podcasting, I always thought, you know, we got podcasts about sports, we got the music, you know, we got just the jokes and funny stuff, you know, cats just, and I'm like, there's more stories that we could tell. Like, why isn't there any podcasts out there focused around black fatherhood? Mm-hmm. You know, like, why we ain't telling those stories? You know, why we ain't talking about that more, and
gotta
that's
do it. You know, gotta do it. Just gotta do it.
And that's why.
And that's what he got it.
Yeah.
So this podcast we're on is a spinoff of his original podcast. His original podcast is Dad, Can We Talk? And it's about black fathers.
So I started that about 2018-ish. About 2018, I came up with the idea for Dad, Can We Talk? Because I started thinking like that. Like, dang, you know, like, why we ain't telling the story of fatherhood from our perspective? You know, like, there was some around that. Like, if you search today in 2022, you'll find all type of dad podcasts. But back in like 2017, 2018, when I first was looking, bro, there was no black like fatherhood from a black man's perspective, bro, it wasn't out there. You know, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, I was searching. You know, it was a good maybe 20 to 25 white guys. And I'm like, I can feel that, but it ain't really me. Like, I want to hear it from somebody that look like me, talk like me, and I want to be able to give the opportunity of guys in my community that I know. I want their stories to be told. And so that's what like you say, I did it. I was like, shoot, instead of looking for it, I'm gonna go create it. And then I created it. So shoot, boy, I was supposed to be having episode 99 tomorrow, dog, but the guy, he backed out. But
if you build it, they'll come.
They'll come, man. So, you know, like I say, for that post, what the person said, I do understand what they were saying. Like, why we always portray it like this, but I mean, it's just life. Like, a lot of our lives have been like this. So, I mean, you show it on the screen because this is what people have lived. This is what a lot of our realities. So, okay, yeah, we tell those stories. Now we can tell more, a different, a better variety of stories, more positive stuff. We could do that.
You know, but man, you know, life is life. So at the end of the day, it ain't about what somebody portraying, like you say. But he said, that's dude life. You know, and it ain't about someone trying to make the black community seem like that's what it's all about, drugs and violence. Oh, yeah, beautiful people in the black community. But the thing is, that's just that specific reality, and on top of that, that's what's making sales. It's about the money. You know, so
folks, they definitely on that.
Got a market for what the young lady want to see, please believe it'll be out there. But you know, the market is what it is, and she's seeing what they putting out there, what the people want. Jeffrey Dahmer, the number one, what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Psycho killing white man, they love it.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't slandering him.
Listen. Let's get
he get fan mail.
Psycho killer white man killing black man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know?
Like
crazy.
Look at that.
You know, Big Meech and them just coming up in the hood, getting how they live. And that's their story. 50 Cent, you know, reiterating their story. But
I think, for me,
I need to tell the BB Winans story. BB Winans, you know, the Winans family.
Man, all that. Shoot, I want to hear a story about the Wayans.
Yeah.
Bro, that whole thing. I want to see their story on.
That'd be a good story.
Something like that. You know?
That'd be a good one. Because they come thick. They come.
What is about 8 of them?
But you know, I thought it was like 7.
It's 7.
But you know, they got nieces, nephews, kids.
All
like,
of
they
it
so deep. You don't even.
Yeah.
You don't even be knowing. You be seeing Wayanses all the time.
Yeah.
They so deep, man. Like,
golly. And see, and those are the types of stories that I believe that can be told. You know, I think somebody just got to capitalize. But, you know, I think it's also the way that you look at it.
It's about the media control, too.
Yeah.
Because that's what they want us to see. They don't want us to see that there's another way of... They don't want to see that a young black comedian can take his whole family out of the hood and become a millionaire and a media mogul. People don't realize... You know who produced Raw? Keenan Ivory Wayans. Raw, Arguably the greatest stand-up comedy documentary ever is produced by Keenen Ivory Wayans.
Yeah.
Like, people don't know.
That's real.
The reason you have improv comedy on shows beyond Saturday Night Live is because of Keenen Ivory Wayans.
Yeah, he the pioneer.
And so when you have him,
real deal.
Yeah, like you don't, but they don't want to hear that, or they don't want to hear about this church family that became like the Winans have a mega church in Detroit. They don't talk about Perfection Church is a whole campus.
Dang.
A
I ain't
whole,
know nothing about that.
yeah, it's a whole campus, dog. Like, it's huge. Huge. Or they got a school, daycare, all kinds of junk on this one church compound. And it's about 3 blocks long.
Dang. What was doing?
And so, you know, and it's all because mama and daddy was pastors, and the eldest became a great pastor and singer. The brother and sister, the younger brother and sister became great singers. But they don't want to talk about stuff like that. That ain't.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely on the media.
I give you one more story, because since we talking about it, what's the dude who ran for president with Donald Trump, the black dude?
He was the Republican guy, right?
Yeah.
I can't even think of that.
Heart surgeon dude.
Yeah, they had a movie about it.
Yeah.
He's from Detroit.
The ALS dude. I know his name.
I can't think of
not
his
the
name.
ALS, the CTE dude.
Yeah.
I know his name.
He's from Detroit.
I know his name.
From the west side of Detroit.
No, I know his name. I read his whole book, and I watched this movie.
Yeah.
Like they ain't gonna press that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna press. But I tell you what.
Because it ain't enough controversy.
Yeah, it ain't enough stuff to degrade us. That's really what it be, man. They want stuff to make us look at each other. I mean, they want us to stay in a degraded form. Like, if we constantly pushing selling keys, we constantly pushing the hood rap, not the uplifting conscious rap. If we constantly pushing those type of stuff, they fine with it.
Man, 21 Savage said something about 2 months ago. 21 Savage said, he say,
Nas is irrelevant.
I ain't gonna go there yet. He
say.
said that was a couple weeks, about 2 months ago. He was on something. He said that I think a fan asked him about like why he rap about guns and all whatever they said, and he was like, like I'm just living. I rap about what I saw, whatever, reality stuff out here, what's going on. But then at the end of it, he was like, I ain't gonna be able to make no money rapping about Jesus. He said something like that. And the first thing I said, oh, he finna get 8 now. Cause I know the whole CHH community was gonna come out and be like, nah, bro, it ain't about that. Because I started to look at Lecrae.
Yeah.
Lecrae came from the bottom.
And Lecrae over there with him though.
In the A. And Lecrae on record label, all that. And look at where Cray at today. He done been in the game 20 years.
Yep.
And still going strong. Got the hard, to me, in my opinion, released the hardest album this year. Really talking that talk. So it's like, it ain't about, like, yeah, you can say, oh, who want to hear positive stuff? It ain't, like, you ain't only, you don't have to just talk about money, drugs, sex, whatever. Like, okay, that stuff, I mean, to me, when I hear that stuff nowadays, right, the music to me just be trash. I'm like, cuz, we still on that?
Listen, I think I pick a ratchet song. I call it my ratchet song of the month.
Yeah.
That's what I pick one and like my ratchet song of the month is Take Off in Quavo Hotel.
Easy, I ain't never heard.
That's my ratchet song of the month. I pick because it's just like niggas ain't talking about nothing.
At all, bro.
Ain't nothing. And see,
I think they're scared. My wife came with a good point. Cause she was like, the guys do talk about what they talk about the things that they've saw. And she was like, I do believe, cause I was like, I believe that, a Quavo or whoever, I believe, man, these cats probably can talk about some real stuff and make some real music because they have saw a lot of stuff and they have, been out there. I believe that they can really, really, really make songs that, you look at, I remember some of my favorite songs even back then. I think of T.I. trap music. Favorite song on the album to me was Be Better Than Me. The man was talking that real on the song, and I'm like, bro, he need to make more music like this on his album Urban Legend. My favorite song when there was Pray For Me.
Yeah.
One of the best songs on the album. And he just talking about things that he's been through, things that, just real life stuff. And it's like, I know these guys got so much more potential inside of them. But like, go back to what you said, what sells is the ratchet. That's what's gonna sell. But I believe if these guys were to really start to talk more about what we can be, what we can become, I believe people gonna still sell it because, man, come on, 21 going and he talking about some real stuff. Man, people gonna buy it just because of his name, bro.
Yeah, especially now.
What y'all think about Drake?
I ain't really into, like, back before I really made my conversion. Drake was one of my favorite people, like 2009, 2010. But like,
I've never been a real Drake fan, dog.
Like I had like that early Drake, that the one when he was on the album cover with the trees behind him, with his little haircut, had a little the little jacket on. Yeah, that album right there. What was that album called? Boy, I can't even think of it now. I ain't heard of it so long. But that album was fire. That went in that first album he dropped.
My favorite Drake song is a later song, like 2015, 16. Energy. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me out of synergy.
Dissing, yeah, I know that song.
Like that. But besides that, man, I ain't know.
Yeah.
Nah.
You got to be really talking about something to me, boy.
All that singing and. Nah.
But I believe them cats really do got potential. But what my wife was saying, she was like, they can't do what a Lecrae do because Lecrae understands the healing. Like Lecrae has been through the healing process. He knows the healing of God. Like, so he's been healed from that past, and now he can talk about these things in a way because he's now living a different life apart from what he saw. A lot of these guys are they living a different life.
From the life.
What about Kendrick Lamar?
That's one. It's a different lane. So you got guys like Kendrick. You got guys like J. Cole, Toby. You got Joyner Lucas.
You like Joyner Lucas?
Because they rap about stuff with substance. They can still give you some gangster. They can give you some ratchet. Yeah. They can get into you. But it's substance. and if you ain't got no substance, dog, like we at a point as a community, as a people, like we shouldn't even be looking for the ratchet. Like niggas is really trying to hit. That's all they want. And it's sad. It's sad. Like I could be with somebody, I could play Toby, right? Like I done did it in the Uber, right?
Yeah. I be having them foes.
I'm playing Toby, right? And I won't even go to like NPR Toby, you know what I'm saying, or at the crib Toby, just straight Toby off the CDs, you know. Mm-hmm. So you know it's all beats or whatever, and they'd be like, man, that's dope. But what about you got that new Migos?
Yeah.
What's up with Lil Baby?
Yeah. See, they'll never ask me. They'll never.
Bro, let me tell you. No, I gotta tell this story, dog. This is the last. I think this was the last time I had a full-blown ride about the best artist and the best artist.
Yeah.
And the nigga said out of his mouth.
Don't say nothing crazy now.
It told me the Baby is the best rapper ever.
Podcast done, y'all.
That's so.
Everybody got an opinion, man. You know, he might be catching on. He might be hitting something on. He might be hearing that, be like, oh, he talking to me right now.
Bro,
I'm feeling everything he's saying.
Ain't no way.
He telling my story.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
When you feel like a person telling your story, that be your favorite artist.
Yeah.
No, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. It's one thing to have a favorite artist, but this is what
you gotta think about who you talking to. He don't even know no better.
Listen, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't speak those type of words. You can say that's my favorite artist.
Yeah.
But to say he's the best rapper ever, bro. And that's what I said to him. Like,
that'd be them. What's them absolute words, definite statements.
Yeah, you can't do that.
People be so loosely and freely with the absolute words and definite statements. The GOAT, that's a definite.
Definite.
That's not no. Just you a goat. We all goats in here, man. Of the same thing. How we all the goat of the same thing? Cause the GOAT, if you know what the words means, greatest of all time. Greatest meaning as in singular.
Singular, yes.
Yeah.
The greatest, that mean the best of all the bestest.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, that is facts, man. Like
everybody a goat.
Everybody a goat. Now that's why I said, dog. It's no way. It ain't no way, man.
Lil Wayne a goat, but that's neither here nor there.
No, yeah, we not.
That's we ain't even about to. We ain't even
have that conversation, boy. We had
Hey.
that conversation.
Yeah, boy.
You feel that same way, dog. You got.
He top 5 now.
Lil Wayne a goat, man.
He top 5 now.
I had to put some respect on his name, man. Lil Wayne a goat, man.
03 to 09. No, I give 2010 Lil Wayne. 03 to 2010 Lil Wayne, top 5.
Top 5.
Everything after
not
2001 to 2000.
Yeah, I mean,
about 2000.
2000.
About 2000. 2000 hit, boy. Hey,
99.
That's what I was about to say now.
99.
I'm about to say it now. All right.
I really wanted to say 99. The block is hot.
Now, I'll say this.
Man, since he caught fire, he been at the top of the game till he lost fire. And he really ain't lost fire. He just not relevant to this new generation.
Yeah.
But any track I still hear him on today, I just heard him the other day. Murdered it. He got the best bars than everybody.
Now the only reason I wouldn't say he the greatest, because, you know, I listen to music in a different mindset now. Mm-hmm. You know, being where I am in my life right now, I listen differently. So now I do go back, and when I listen now, I'm looking for, like, talk to me, bro.
Yeah.
Now Wayne, he gonna come with them. He gonna come with them bars. Like it be, he be like, bro, how you even think about that? Metaphor game ridiculous, but it's like, it's different. He don't really talk to me.
Not no more.
Yeah, he can. Now I go back to that old Wayne. What it was, one of my favorite songs that, love. Screaming the word and let him die. Yeah. I can't think of the name of the song, but that one right there. That was that.
Yeah,
that one, that Up to Me, those types of songs right there, and I'm like, man, bro was really talking about some real, like he really,
man,
he talking to me.
The whole story on Carter 5. When I listened to Carter 5, I'm like, oh, that's what the game been missing. Cause they ain't even talking like them youngsters ain't talking like that. Wayne really told his whole life story on Carter 5.
Yeah, you got to be telling. You got to be. So he ain't have like. But when I go back right now, I go listen to some pop. Bro, listen, the man. Like I'm like, bro, it's still relevant to today. This.
That's what I had to say when I. Now that I backtrack on Pop, cause I was Biggie, I was Team Big, so I really ain't even was concerned with Pop. I was on the Biggie side of things, but now that I'm older and wiser,
bro, he gonna tell them stories.
It was a different conversation going on.
And I believe cats today right now could tell them type. I don't know. They might not be able to.
I mean, they can't. I'm gonna tell you why they can't. Dog, these niggas is junkies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you flat, right? Bottom line.
You right.
Air.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's the air.
Yeah,
niggas is junkies, boy.
Their minds fried.
Man, listen.
No, they celebrated.
That's what they do. They want to be like that.
Real young OG from up out of Flint. He just made an album called Fiends Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
No. See what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Man.
So what's the name of the album again, dog?
Fiends Lives Matter.
Damn.
Man. Yeah, see, I be leaving that music right where it's at. You know, I be talking with some cats at the job. They be like, boy, you heard of so and so? I'm like,
no.
Nah, cuz, what kind of music you listen to? Boy, you really want to know? No. Or you, cause boy, I put you on some stuff, boy. It's
pump faking in life.
Yeah, boy. So, hey, little boy, like you said, that conversation that can go on, that can go on forever. Cause boy, we got to do another music podcast, bro.
Yeah. We got to do one. Cause I got let my bro come on and spit.
Ooh.
He's fire. You want to hear something? I put you on the spot right now.
Hold up. Saying, y'all, my dog say he finna come with them things.
Don't let them
My boy say he finna come with them things, so, man, y'all put your listening ears on, man.
My dog, how that verse used to go on Make It Rain?
Yeah.
I hit him with the Thule, hit him with the Holy Ghost. Hey.
Oh, y'all like that D stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all like that D stuff. I got a couple bars for y'all.
Go ahead, get it to me.
Put your listening ears on, y'all.
I say, it's a time to kill. It's a time to heal. When it's time to deliver, I got my hands on the wheel. I got my hands on the pistol and I shoot right through the shield. Or the officer offering us, don't believe me, I will. Thinking about Emmett Till, you don't know the way that I feel. I just might turn into that turn when they ask for real. Yeah, I represent the underground just like my ancestors. You know, they boys, they couldn't wait to try to ransack us. You know, they love to see the poverty up, like a brother in the cell and tear his property up. I'm just a minority, but I got some bad priorities, so they reward me with prison, but the authorities. A young rebel, but the rules to me was boring. They tried to warn me, but honestly, I was just snoring. But now I'm ready and my mental's on another level. They tried to break me, but I never been scared of the devil. Feel me?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Men, can we talk exclusive? My dog Black Sam.
A.K.A. Nausi.
Yeah.
Nausi.
Coming with them things for y'all, man. That's what we said. Come with something, man. Give me something I can feel, man. I need the rap to be tangible, man. I need to be able to feel that thing. I need to know where you're coming from. I like that though, my boy.
Appreciate it.
For real. I like that. Got to be tangible. Give me something I can feel, bro. You know, I don't want the stuff I can't. You know, the stuff I can't feel, I let it stay where it's at. That's right. In the air. I don't even try to grab them. For real. But man, listen. It's so much. Y'all lucky my boy King wasn't here today. Cause boy, you know it would have been, it would have been up there. So it might be good he wasn't here for this one right here. But yeah, he coming though, man. He say he got a lot he need to get off his chest. So shout out to my boy, Mr. King. We love you, my boy. Y'all know the podcast go up whenever he is in the midst, man. So y'all continue to stay tuned because we got a lot more coming, man. You know, we a little slow with it, but it's coming.
I will take all the responsibility of us being slow.
Yeah.
And I'm about to change that. Don't worry about it. We coming.
Yes,
sir. Coming. All
yes,
the time.
sir. So, man, I think we gonna end that one there, man. We touched on a lot of different things. There's a lot of stuff that's went on in the last few months. A lot of things we didn't even have time to touch on.
Yeah, man.
You know, so we'll say that for the next time, and we just gonna keep on keeping on.
Snipes. Low exercise. He back. It's wartime. Pain on my face, it's time to gear up. I hear they talking fly about my king, it's time to live up. They done woke up a lion, ain't no stopping when I'm stepping. It's too late now, it's rapping in my jeans, no need for guessing. You flexing, while we repping that Elohim to the fullest. Loaded clip, man, we shoot from the hip, I dare you to pull it. These bullets is encrypted with scripture, call it the truth. That'll kill a lie in a second, but it's meant to say to you. You see the murder they committing in the booth. These musical crime lords with no verifiable proof, they sterilizing the youth. You throw your life away, give all of your time away if they verify you with blue checks. You don't see it? Okay, I ain't mad at that. Pillars eyelids, that's something we do. Clear up that cataracts, snap a cap. What I'm telling you is the facts, this ain't no battle rap. Your opponent's out of your habitat. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna give it to you straight 180 degrees. Cooking these rappers, prepare my plate, I need a full course. I ain't for the hype, I'm going full force. They trying to separate, well then, it's time to pull a torch. I'm mad now, think I'm stupid, sound like my dad now. They stuff the beef to incite our demise. That's a cash cow, that's bad how. We know we shouldn't eat it, but it's delicious. Then they flip it, and they tell you you sick. They fed you that mad cow. Turn back to your maker the only way, cause they masked up. We wrestle with spirits, McFoley face. But it's time to shed that flesh like dead skin. Exfoliate, cleave to the ruach. Get away from them people that's trying to promote the hate. It's common sense, honor him. What kind of mind you in? Protect your energy. La Mashiach to be your conduit. You a condiment, he the main dish. Just mind your place, that's what I condiment. Obey and watch him. You a condiment, he the main dish. Just mind your place, that's what I condiment.
Gotta let it
Obey
breathe.
and watch him. You a condiment, he the main dish. Just mind your place, that's what I condiment. Obey and watch him. Look, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? I gotta address the people like I'm running for Senate. Listen, I'm overexhausted with brother sipping. Castrate your manhood for the box, looking like Pharaoh's henchmen. Smear the women?